Hello, our dear viewers, prospective farmers and followers. Julius here speaking, and we are here in Misungwi, in Mwanza, Tanzania, where we are today at Elvej Goat Farm, and we are with one of the proprietors who's representing the representatives, and my other colleague here. So for starters, we shall have to introduce ourselves. As I said, I am Julius Birungi Chikerambene from Mi Farms. I will give it to my other colleagues here.
Thank you, Julius. Habari. Dear viewers, I'm Morris Mumbere from Uganda. I'm representing the Department of Animal Health and Farm Management in Menit Farms. Thank you.
Hello viewers, my name is Mutalemwa from Tanzania-Mwanza, from Elvej Farm representative. So I'm here with May Farms. We want to start a goat farming here in Tanzania. So tunashukuru sana kwa jamaa kuja kututembelea. Ni fursa nzuri sana kwetu sisi kuja kuwekeza kwenye fursa ya ufugaji wa mbuzi kwa hapa Misungwi.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Really lively, and we have been received with a lot of energy. We have been moving from different district offices, checking on different farmers to understand the numbers and the quality of the goats here in Tanzania before we can go ahead to bring in the breeds that we are proposing for Elvej Goat Farm here in Misungwi. And village, by the way, is called Bagole, and the proprietor will be able to tell us why that name for this village. Yeah, so before we go far, I wanted the proprietor, the representative here, Mr. Muta, to explain to us what Elvej Farm envisages to have, especially after the discussions we had all through yesterday, and looking at the mapping of this whole area that we had, the activities that are going to be taking place here, that you people from Mwanza and Tanzania at large should look out for as we build this farm brick by brick. Thank you. Over to the proprietor to give us the preamble about Elvej Goat Farm.
Kwanza nashukuru kwanza kwa May Farms. Tumekuwa nao, tulikuwa tuwasiliana kwa muda mrefu, tumekutana tukaongea jinsi gani tunaweza kuwekeza kwa swala la ufugaji wa mbuzi. Kwa si kama Elvej Farm hapa Misungwi, tunaenda kufanya vitu mbalimbali kwenye hili shamba letu ambalo lipo Bagole, Misungwi, Mwanza. Hatua ya kwanza hapa tutaanza na ufugaji wa mbuzi wa kisasa au tunasema hybrid goat. Kwa hiyo kwa lugha ya Kiingereza. Kwa tuna hybrid goat ambao tutazalisha mahali hapa. Vile vile tulikuwa tunawekeza kwenye upande wa kulima pastures au tunasema zile vile vyakula vya mbuzi mahali hapa. Mbuzi watakavyokula mahali hapa. Kwa hapo tulikuwa tunafanya uzalishaji, tutapanda majani ya mbuzi pamoja na utaalamu mbalimbali ambao kupia May Farms watakuwa wanatuelekeza mahali hapa. Kitu cha pili tutakuwa kama tunawafundisha wakulima wadogo ambao wapo hapa mazingira hapa. Maana watu wengi hapa wanafuga mbuzi, lakini jinsi wanapofuga mbuzi wanafuga mbuzi kwa hali ambayo si ya kitaalamu zaidi. Kwa kushirikiana na May Farms kwa pamoja tutawasaidia wakulima, tutawapa mbegu bora za kupanda majani na mbuzi wao watakuwa kwenye hali ya ubora zaidi. Kwa vile vile tutasaidia vijana. Najua sasa hivi watu wengi hawana ajira kama vijana na wanawake. Kupitia hili shamba tutakuwa tutoa mbegu za kisasa tunawapa wanawake kwa ajili ya ufugaji mzuri wa kibiashara. Lengo kubwa sisi tunataka vijana wajiajiri kupitia hili shamba, wachukue mbegu hizo na waweze kuzalisha mbuzi bora zaidi. Mbuzi watakuwa ni wanyama wa maziwa ambao itawasaidia sana katika kuongeza kipato. Asanteni sana. Kwa tunashukuru sana May Farms ambao tutakuwa nao siku zote, watatusaidia sana katika kutoa technical support na vitu mbalimbali kuhusiana na hili shamba. Asanteni sana viewers. Tunashukuru sana May Farms kwa support yenu. Tunawakaribisha sana hapa Misungwi. Kwa hiyo tunadhani kuanzia sasa hii hatua tuendelea kufanya kazi kwa pamoja.
Asante. Yeah. So having heard that, dear viewers, we have taken on some studies from research, and we appreciate that Tanzania to date comes second after Ethiopia in terms of the numbers of livestock. But again, when you read if the livestock that is present here tantamount to the GDP or the money that the local person can have, you find that there are many discrepancies. It is only a small component that it contributes to. And of course, some of these gaps are attributed to the breed types that are being kept here, but also the nutrition of the animals. So our coming here is on an informed notice of what the challenges the farmers here are undergoing, and that is why some of these to us are opportunities as we partner with a veg farm, and that we shall be solving. He has talked about several revenue streams that we shall be tapping into as we come here. We are going to be doing a lot of pasture cultivation because we want to have our animals on intensive so that we can maximize intensive system of farming, and maybe sometimes on semi-intensive to maximize on the numbers. Yeah, but looking at that, we also want to add value on the manure itself so that we can make and fertilize the soils. As you may have seen, the soils, especially where we are located, not all that fertile, but we are going to make sure that we fertilize them so that the pastures can be succulent for the animals to enjoy. But also, as you may know by now, that we get 138 kgs of manure per goat per year. So the excess manure that we shall not be able to use here as LVG, we shall add value, and we are just next to the town center here, the city. As well, we have close by the lake. Lake Victoria is just within the vicinity here in terms of transporting and taking our products to the neighborhood, other countries surrounding us here. But even within, because the population itself can be able to handle some of these orders that we are going to be producing in the initial stages. So I want to tell you that it is not going to be business as usual. We want to revitalize the farming activities here in Tanzania to keep data and pedigree information of animals that we are going to be supplying so that they are traceable and they are at the standards of the world market that we want to tap into. So I want to welcome my colleague here, the expert in animal health, to also tell us his observations from the trip and views of the animals we have been looking at with the rest of the farmers, but also to talk about the opportunities that we want to tap into as we carry out this partnership and as we conquer this region to modern farming methods of livestock. Thank you, and over to you, Maurice.
Okay, thank you, Julius. Dear farmers, today we are here in Misungwi. So we have surveyed the land. We have seen the opportunities, especially under pasture management. As he said, the soils here are not okay, but our coming here is to look at the soil properties, and we see whether they are going to support the pasture planting. So we have identified that, and going forward, we are going to establish the pasture land. And the soil here, we are going to make sure that we fertilize it organically to have such that we have pastures that we shall be feeding our animals. And then also in our plans, we are going to have the storage, the processing. Now that we shall be having our goats, these goats will need the right nutrition. And it is not only that way that we shall only plant pastures anyhow, but we have a strategic way. We shall make sure that we have the right types of pastures that are suitable for this area, and also that are having the right nutrition to the goats. All the pastures will be balanced. Then in mostly we have surveyed here, and we have visited several stakeholders on the health status. So we are going to establish a plan a healthy plan, because the farmers, we do not want you farmers to use a lot of money in purchasing drugs. So we have surveyed the area and we have identified the risk areas. So we are going to have a healthy plan for this farm. Then also farmers, what we have also seen, we have established all the specific areas whereby we shall be getting the materials for having a proper housing for these goats. So we are going to establish a plan for our structures that will be suitable for the goats that we are going to bring here. And most importantly, farmers, we look at the kid management. So in most areas, kids find it hard to adapt to the environment. So we have also a plan for the kids. We shall make sure that the kids are properly housed. The kids are properly having enough milk. So in that way, we are going also to have dairy goats that will be supporting the provision of milk to the kids in as in supplement. So farmers out there, reach out to us for other strategic plans like what we are doing here or at Elvage Farm. I thank you, Julius.
Thank you so much, Maurice. So Elvage Farm is going to be a center of excellence in terms of training, in terms of capacity building, because we have had issues over time around management and making sure that schedules at different farms are followed. So this is the place that we are going to be holding the trainings and capacity building of farmers, of young people, youth who have no employment, because we can add skills to you so that we are able to place you at different farms under our inspection. So this is going to be a center where we're going to be doing all these activities so that the current numbers that we have, that is about 25 million of livestock here, can be increased. But as we increase them as well, we want the quality of these animals to improve through a dedicated pasture strategy that we are very passionate about as we establish this farm. So we want to thank you, first of all, and the management of Elvage Farm for inviting us here in Tanzania, and for the opportunity, because these people are not very selfish. They have been able to organize other farmers so we can speak to them and train them so that they do not only benefit as a veg farm, but the whole community benefits, because there is a tendency of people wanting to grow alone, and this is not good, because once you want to develop alone, then there will be challenges. People will start encroaching on the good things that you have. But if you ensure that you are training the other people also to do as you are doing, then the market will grow so fast, and we shall have very many opportunities and, of course, grow and reach our goals faster than we would have if we took it so personal and selfish. So we want to thank you for not being selfish. We also have a plan to reach out to the Research Institute to see what is being done, or what are the facts about livestock here, about the pastures, because as we are moving, people are growing crops, yes, but it is very unheard of for a farmer to grow a pasture garden for their animals. They are only left to feed by themselves and on whatever they wish, and not really dedicated. So we want to understand this from the Research Institute, and if there are any seeds and pastures that have been proven here, and or if we need to bring in any other pasture seeds and cuttings based on our research back at home, so that we can strike a balance and make a hybrid strategy that is going to work for our farmers here in Tanzania. And we come up with different formulations for different animals that are lactating, that are for fattening, that are kids, and that are growers. All these formulas go ahead to make pellets for these goats, so that at the end of the day, we have a streamlined and a standard farm that will be a state of the art here in Tanzania. Thank you so much for listening to me, and follow us on our social media handles on YouTube here, and feel free to contact us to reach you, because we are still around for some time to understand the climate of this area, to understand if the animals we are to bring here are going to acclimatize to this environment. But surprisingly, the climate is almost similar to the one we have in Uganda, as he will be able to tell us. How many seasons do we have for the rainy season and also for the dry season? Maybe to clarify to the farmers here so that we see. Yeah.
Yeah, kwa eneo kama hili la Misungwi mvua ziwa zinaanza kuanzia mwezi wa 9, wa 10 mpaka wa 12, na hiyo ni kipindi cha vuli, mvua za vuli ambao ni msimu wa vuli, na baada hapo mvua za masika zinaanza kipindi cha mwezi wa 3 mpaka mwezi wa 4 mpaka mwezi wa 5 mwishoni. Kwa tuna kama 2 season, vuli pamoja na masika, ambayo kwa upandaji wa majani wakulima wengi wanaweza wakafaidika.
Yeah, so thank you. So because we want to ensure that we schedule our breeding of the animals so that the production of the kids can happen more in the dry spell, because this is when we have limited infections to the kids, as my colleague was explaining the kid management strategy. So we want to ensure that the breeding season happens within that season, when we do not have a lot of rains, and we can utilize the rains to grow these pastures, fertilize them, make hay, make silage, and keep for use in the dry spell. So we have also learned that this is called Mwalo Gwabagole. I want you to explain to the viewers, maybe in English now, for all to understand why it was called so.
Okay, yeah. Perhaps the history of Mwalo Gwabagole traces back, this is the area of the chiefdom. So this was like a mwalo where the chief's wives were come to take some, what we say,
some women.
Women, yeah.
Yeah, the bride.
Yeah, because the bride come to wash themselves in the mwalo. So that's why they call it Mwalo Gwabagole, means the chief's wife's mwalo. So that's the name come from. Yeah. So
I think viewers out there, you understand that this is a blessed mwalo.
Yeah.
And of course, the animals are also going to be very blessed. We like the food, we like the customer care and the hospitality of the people of Tanzania. We are very happy and excited. Thank you so much. And this is going to be another home away from home.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Okay.